right, we'll give it a shot here on your old tube radio network.
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
Okay, I think there's audio and things like that. You probably heard some of the stations coming by earlier, wanted to get checked in because we are finally having a storm, big rainstorm here in the Central Valley of California, probably up and down the whole state, where we're getting lots of wind and lots of rain. They even opened the windows behind me here so that we might be able to hear the rain. I don't know. I'm not hearing anything. Let me turn off where is the expand? I can turn that off. Let's see if we can hear. Yeah, can you hear that? That is the rain coming out here tonight. So they're turn it off. But yeah, it's raining big time here tonight, and we are in the Central Valley of California. This is the Old Tube Radio Network. My name is Dennis, one of the many net controllers that sits in the air chair, or has sat in the air chair here at the Old Tube Radio Network, which has been on the air every Saturday, most Saturday nights, beginning at 8 p.m. Pacific time since about 1986. Mr. OBP will check me on that. He's over on the video stream. You can pick us up on channel 11, 27085. If you'd like to check in, that's the best way to do it. We are beaconing right there, channel 11, transmitting. You can catch us at oldtuberadio.net, which I think is up on my screen. Yeah, a lot of stations listening in there. You'll also be able to see the video as we do it. And there is a YouTube video. There's a link to it on the oldtuberadio.net page, or some of you are magically inclined on YouTube to know when it turns on. I don't even know when it comes on. It's just there. They point at me and say you are on the air. Direct and net roll call is what we will start with first, talking to our shortwave listeners. Tube radio operators will be all coming up after that. Hopefully we'll be checking in some radios. It's been a quiet evening on the radio. It's been busy around town, people hustling and bustling doing the pre-holiday stuff, so maybe we'll get a few radio check-ins tonight. As you heard, the weather is quite inclement, so a lot of people may not have their antennas connected out of safety, and we understand that. So if I put up the right item here, we should have 00. Let's see if that shows up on my list. Yes, it does. Hello, Paul, if you can hear me. Okay, yeah, I know you're sounding good. I hear you, got you checked in. We'll see if we can't get some radios tonight. Not sure what's going to happen in the way of skip or anything like that, but we do have you checked in now. So you guys stay dry and safe up there. Thanks for checking in. Getting in shortwave listener number one of the guys that got this thing together back in the day with this guy right here, Mr. OBP, who is, I think he's out there. Yeah, he's on the video site. Say hello to Mr. OBP. 56 and raining here in Fresno. All right, he's got the weather report, and he probably, but I scrolled past my screen, probably has the report on what our propagation is coming in tonight. I do have the DX map, but we'll check that a little bit later. And OBP looking good as always. I'll have to get the guest chair set up here, and we'll get Kevin on with us. Got to check in for SWL number 3. Heading over to SWL 7.
Brake channel.
And the brake channel, go ahead, sir.
Dennis 650 down here in Pinedale Control. Can you check me in early, and I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay, hopefully as Pinedale hasn't floated away yet, right?
Well, it's just a bit noisy in the shed, and I don't need to fry any more equipment.
Okay, we do not want this to be the fry your equipment frequency, so you are checked in, and go cook something that's tastier.
10-4. Thank you, sir. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah, let's try 7 again.
Yeah, it's proxy add in.
Yeah, I was just about to do that. I have a feeling if he makes it through all the puddles, he might be checking in a little bit later with us, and that's just fine. All right, let me check my screen and see who is up and running over on the video. I'm looking for the Dolphins to see if 10 or 30 are checking in just yet. I don't see them yet, so... Oh, no, Chrissy's right there. Hello, Chrissy, up in Idaho, where no doubt it might be snowing. If you're up at any altitude, you're probably getting some snow up there, so... If not, you're getting a lot of this rain that we are as well. Thanks for joining it. It is that nice weather. It is time for me to do the tater tot recipe again. I bought some tater tots, so I'm ready to fire up Chrissy's great recipe with the chopped ham and the cheese and all the good things that are in there. I probably left out a few, but it is good. Over to SWL11 cornbread. And I thought I saw, yes, they're looking good and feeling good. So we've got 11 and Dapper Dan checking in, SWL12 on the Dapper meter. I always have to sort of check what's going on. I think I've got my tie in a good spot tonight. The pocket protector is on. Do we have a pen tonight? Yeah, they're saying we have a pocket protector pen. So it's about the best I can do. Anyway, you guys are looking good. Thanks for joining us tonight. And let me get the X and the square for Dapper Dan. Looking good. Over to SWL 13. You can check in at oldtuberadio.net. Many of you do. I will keep an eye out there. Over to, let's go out to Sangertown, see how the conditions are tonight through the rain. SWL 14.
SWL 14 and Sanger checking in.
Wow, sounding good. I think the wet ground is giving us some nice ground wave conductivity. My noise level is low, and you are checked in. Hopefully we'll grab a few radios at the appropriate time.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis. Everybody out there have a great evening.
Okay, 14 is in. Over to SWL 16. And I will put the X in the square. Anoka, Minnesota. Charlie is in, saying that hope there are no leaks above the control tower. No, I think we're doing good. The roof was done a while back, but it was... it wasn't a full... It was this coating thing they put over the top, because this is a flat roof in this part of the studio, but it seems good. And Charlie is saying, oh, a Christmas tree? Yeah, I was going to ask you about. I thought they were going to have a tree. Oh, because they... Wait a minute. All right, hold on. All right. Well, thank you, Charlie. That is... So where am I going to put this? And there's no lights. They used all the lights for the big tree. Well, maybe we can do something next week. So I don't know. Where's this going to go? There is no... You know what? There's really no place... Hold on a second. Sorry about this. We should have done this before we started. I could put it up on... But you can't see it there without the lights. I could put it back here. I'm going to need a shelf for this. What they're saying, put it in front. Put it down in front. All right, let's try that. Sorry. Got the OTR. Put it in front? No, I don't know. You know what? Let me just put it off. Well, thank you. Thank you for the chair. We'll work on this. I don't want it to break. Put it off to the side there. All right, the unofficial OTR tree. That's what I said. They put all the ornaments and everything out in the green room. So if you want to see the good stuff, do not come in the studio. All right, thanks, Charlie, for that. We will get it put up next week. Let's go over to SWL 17. SWL 18, I will get Mikey checked in from the Facebook page. SWL 19, sounding good from Derby, New York. Chet is there on the cue cards, and yeah, I hope you aren't standing. Hope you aren't standing under the leak, or the letters will be running. It looks good. Let's go to SWL 20.
Number 20 here. Please check me in. And 2954 and 135.
All right, we will have them all in their respective items of interest. Doing pretty good. So thanks for checking in. Let's go over to SC, South Carolina, the Wasama Swamps, SWL 21. JT saying they had a great night, no alligators, but he's still a little bit under the weather, and so he's going to be resting and listening and have a great night. What was going on? Do I have the replay set up? Let me see if I've just got. I'll kick in the audio here. This is. Do we have audio? Old Radio Night.
And,
where was the prep?
All the
Special Midland Emergency
and,
CB radio. Do we have a picture of that?
And fittings to hook up a mic holder, and it came with everything, man.
Wow.
So I was real happy with it. I didn't pay much for it. I was surprised no one else bidded on it. But anyway, it seems to be doing okay.
Pretty cool.
Something's causing, might be the relay in this little DNA box.
That's the Mobile Midland.
Again.
So if you're all set for the emergency, JT, we might need that here. Might need that radio here the way it is raining and carrying on. So keep it handy in case we float away. Old Radio Night on the airwaves before this program. I know many of you are joining us from there, and we applaud JT for doing that, even when he's not feeling up to it. Now that is a real trooper. Let's go over to SWL. Oh, did I get 21? Yeah, you're checked in. I talk too much and I don't get the X's in the square. Let's go to SWL 22. That's Tyler up in Alaska. Let me see if we've got any Alaska stations checking in. Florence, Kentucky. Unknown. Cranbrook, BC. Joining us. Wonder if we'll have some conditions. Woodland Park, Colorado. Always having the beams pointed this way. And I'm sure there's some. I don't have the picture of the hill, but I bet there's a lot of snow up out that way. Who else? Point St. Lucie, Florida. Hello to our Florida station. Be checking you in a little bit. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Down South Valley, Hermosa Beach. So everybody's out there joining us tonight. Let's see. We're at 22. Didn't hear Tyler. How about SWL 23? Got to get my list updated. I will get Mitch checked in. He's probably. I'm sure it's raining out where he is. So he may be out under the umbrella. The 102-inch whip umbrella antenna, trying to stay safe. Let's go to SWL 24. Shortwave listener 25. I get a proxy in for 25, probably out performing tonight. In some place where it's nice and dry, SWL 27. Hello, Dwayne. Heading over to Sacramento, where I'm sure it is the same type of weather that we are having here in Central California, a little bit up the road a piece, SWL 28. Let's see if Gary is out there. He might be doing something. I'm sure we'll get a report here. It's 28's checking in, hunkering down, waiting for the next round. Got a little wet behind the ears, sort of like all of us. I am hoping that does not happen here tonight. Got a Christmas tree that we can't put up yet, and I don't think there's any leaks. I don't know. We'll find out. But I've got the window open behind me, so I should turn off the. Well, we'll hear the sounds of rain here occasionally. Anyway, Gary, thanks, and yeah, California's getting the first, what I'll call the first big storm of the season here tonight. Got to check in for 29, also for SWL 30. Hello, Dwayne. Hope all is well up that way, and I know you've got the Browning and the Robin ready to go in case we do get some conditions. They were talking too on the ditch banks last night. Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Let me see where the DX map is showing. There's one little dot in Nevada. There's one little dot in Colorado on the DX map, and that's about it. It's not anything like it looked like last night. It was there's a lot of stuff going on, so who knows. Over to SWL 31, SWL 32, SWL 33, Bozo Control, and the gang here at the Old Tube Radio Network, saying hope everybody is having a great weekend. SWL 34, Jimmy and Captain Chaos, they'll probably be by. And they want me to remind everyone to say hello. Yeah, give a shout out to some of our Facebook groups that come in and watch and tune in, fans of Browning, Tram, and Sonar. Oh, it's noisy. The CB Radio Lounge, the Vintage CB Radio Group, the fans of Vintage Tube Equipment, the Old Tube CB Radio Network, that's my favorite. The Old Tube Radio Network, another of my favorites. The CB Radio Lounge, the Antique CB Radio Pre-1977, and the Chicagoland CB Radio Association. I hope you're all out there joining us tonight. And, welcome to the Old Tube Radio Network. We are heading over to SWL 35. I bet it's Bill is out there from Red Monkey Communications. He is indeed from Cool Cheyenne. Bill, we are sending something your way. I don't know, rain, snow. It will be out there. So stay protected. Let's go to shortwave listener 36. SWL 37.
37 here, Dennis, and good evening.
And good evening. I hope you are staying dry and have the umbrella ready to go. Everything is good over here.
It's raining over here pretty good. Probably there, too, since we're in the same town.
Yeah, I got the window open. You can hear when the cars go by, or whatever that is going out there. You can hear the tires on the rain. All right, sounding good. Thanks.
All right, yeah, I can hear it on my patio out there, aluminum. Oh, it was raining hard earlier. All right, we're standing.
The Old Tube Radio Network is where you are at. We are here in Central California, channel 1127-085. If you want to listen in, see if you can hear us, we will be chatting with the tube radio operators. Hope you have a few ready to go. Keep them warmed up. Band is quiet. Channel looking good. Hopefully we can get a few of you in here tonight. Checking in the shortwave listeners at this moment, looking for SWL 38. Shortwave listener 39. And hello, radio number 39. Now, how is it that you are under the umbrella? Are you using it as a reflectometer to make it here into Midtown Fresno? Over. All right. Well, the battery has enough power. You're sounding good. Dr. Dan, SWL 39, always a treat to get him beaconing in from, I don't know, whether it's in the pickup truck or in the haystack or wherever. You are sounding good, sir. Thank you for getting a little bit wet to get checked in, and we've got the X on the square. All right, looking good. Let's go to, and I hope the basement isn't flooded, SWL 40. get a proxy for Larry. I was looking for a report, see if he's bailing water out of the basement tonight. SWL 41, and I see 507 checking in, of course, from Orange Ulster County. From the REACT Group, Hudson Valley, looking good tonight on the old Tube Radio Network. Thanks for joining us. Over to SWL 42, we've got a proxy in for KW. SWL 43, you've got Crazy Eddie in. SWL 44, I heard 360 loud and clear the other night on sideband. Probably not hearing me on the AM mode, but we'll get 360 checked in and hope he's not getting too much wacky weather up that way. And Paul, are you still there, or do we still have conditions there, Paul? Over. Yeah, I copy you now. 10-2. Over. All right, thanks for that. No snow. I think Paul's up at about 2,000, 2,500 feet. I have no idea. I've not been looking at the weather to see where our snow level is going to go. Typically, snow level would be at the 4,500, 5,000 foot level, up where the TV transmitters are, the lakes, Sequoia Park, like Lodgepole, things of that nature. But when it gets down in the 2,000 foot range or below, we have to have some cold weather. It's in the 50s, so I don't think the snow is going to get down that far, but you never know. The storm is going to last for a while. I got you checked in, Paul. Over to SWL 46. Shortwave listener 47.
Good evening, OTR. This is SWL 47, not in the radio lounge, but with an umbrella in one hand and a Radio Shack TRC 217 in the other hand. Where I'm currently standing on the corner of Van Ness and Pontiac, where we're celebrating the 100th lighting of Christmas Tree Lane.
Wow, I thought about that tonight. I'm thinking, no, he's probably not going to be out there tonight. I know there's not an official walk night, but holy cow, and it's been raining super hard, so hopefully there's not too much water dripping down the Midland. And you're saying it is the 100th anniversary of Christmas Tree Lane? Over.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, I believe it is. I believe it was 1922 when a child passed away in the house that I'm actually staring at right now. And just in honor of that child, they lit a single tree out in front of the house, which very well may still be here. There's a tree that doesn't look like it's doing too good. I don't know if you can hear that train in the background there. But yeah, again, 1922 I believe it was, and it just kind of spread to the point where now we're looking at about 2 miles of homes all lining Van Ness and actually beyond, where they have all sorts of just beautiful Christmas decorations in their front yards, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of lights. It's just absolutely spectacular out here, even with the rain.
And the air is nice and fresh. All right, Christmas Tree Lane in the heart of Fresno. It's a 2-mile stretch of a road in the older section of town. I put up a picture there, and there's the big cedar trees, I guess the deodar cedar trees that were planted back in the 1920s. So they're 100 years old. They're 100 feet in the air. As you can see, they put lights at the top of them, and this goes along the road for 2 miles. And each of the residences along this 2-mile road will put in some really fantastic decorations. And cars can drive down this road, and you can also walk down it. There is I heard the train perfectly. As you go, the underpass, the train goes over. As you come up from that underpass from the train, that is the beginning of Christmas Tree Lane. Putting in a great signal tonight. And is there a lot of people out there tonight? Over.
Yeah, that's a good question. There are quite a few people here, as a matter of fact. They closed down traffic so that it only goes one way, or I guess they closed one lane down. So it's two-way traffic going north, and it's packed here. And I can definitely tell you that there are evenings when the traffic was really slow. It's not tonight. They're moving along at a good clip. There's no one. Oh boy, it is really raining out here now. There's no one walking. I'm the only one out here. I feel like Les Nessman here. Maybe that's the wrong occasion. We're not doing the turkeys out of the helicopter, but yeah, I'm the only one that's outside right now. Although, if there's anyone that ever wants to walk this, I know there was a little bit of drama going on. They said that they were not going to do any walk nights where they closed all traffic down, you know, and allow only pedestrian traffic. They did do that again. There was no walk nights today or this year, but there's nothing to stop you from doing it, you know, while the cars are on the road too. And I got to tell you, walking it is pretty special. Do it both ways. Come by twice.
Very good, man. I can hear the rain. I can hear the rain hitting the umbrella and coming in through the speaker on the Midland walkie-talkie. So how you're getting the antenna up through that? Hopefully, maybe you poked a hole in the antenna. Or poked a hole in the umbrella to get the antenna through there. Christmas Tree Lane, about 2 miles from where I'm at, SWL 47, as he has been doing a year after year, braving tonight the rain to give us a report from a tradition here in Fresno for over 100 years on Christmas Tree Lane. It sounds good. Your signal is good. So hopefully you can continue on and find a safe spot. As always, we definitely appreciate you bringing us the live report from Christmas Tree Lane. Any fatalities there? Like, are all the lights functioning? The power is not out? Over?
You know, I was thinking about that on the way over here. No, not from what I can see. I have not driven down the lane this evening yet. I came in on a side street, but no, it looks good. I think, though, now that you mention it, the only fatality might be the radio broadcast that they have going on. There is a station, 92.5 FM, that's kind of, I guess it's sponsored by the Big Garden Homeowners Association, something like that. They're affiliated somehow. That radio station is transmitting right now. You can turn your FM radio to it if you're pretty local. It's not a high-power radio station. I'm looking straight at a speaker in a tree right now, and there's nothing coming through. So maybe that is the only fatality due to the rain. Who knows?
All right. Well, their transmitter's actually over on the east side of town by. I think it's by Winco there on Ashland. So it's the Fig Garden Association. I'm familiar with that low power station. So I don't know, maybe they just can't get through the rain tonight. Thanks, Mike. It's sounding good. We've been flashing some pictures of some of the houses, how they decorate, and the lane itself. It's a cool walk in a great part of town. I just wish it wasn't raining. I really appreciate you hanging out there tonight, and I hope I hope you can stay healthy and dry and join us later on, or at least next week from Christmas Tree Lane. Back to you for transmission on the Midland walkie-talkie. The batteries are holding up well, and thanks for keeping the tradition going here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Back to you.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's always a pleasure using the realistic TRC 217 out here. It's always fun. And everyone, you got to come out. This again is kind of a very cool event that Sunset Magazine mentioned. I think the Learning Channel even mentioned it as one of the top Christmas celebrations in the entire nation. So you ought to come out. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all. I hope Santa provides you with lots of tube radios underneath your Christmas trees on Christmas morning. I know that when I was a young kid, I always used to enjoy getting the Radio Shack catalogs in the mail, and I'd immediately flip to the page that actually had this particular radio on it and others. So Merry Christmas to all. Hope Santa brings you all what you deserve.
I can even hear him.
Yeah, he's got a good signal out here tonight. It's the rain, and he's probably standing on, maybe he climbed up one of those 100-foot cedar trees, and getting a lot of great comments, Mike, on the video, and likewise for your efforts tonight They're they're comparing you to the WKRP when they had the broadcast of the turkeys, I guess, during Thanksgiving. This is our holiday, Christmas holiday, and we didn't know that Christmas trees could fly, right? Anyway, thank you, sir. It's sounding good, and find a dry spot to hide out in. Sounding good. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Church 73 from Christmas Tree Lane.
All right. I was a little surprised. I didn't think that would happen tonight. It is really, you could hear the rain on his umbrella. It is really raining in the Central Valley here tonight. So I'm amazed that he's not just sopping wet. Maybe he is, but thank goodness there's no lightning or anything like that, or you wouldn't want to be hanging out under the trees. The Old Tube Radio Network, directed net roll calls where we are at. If you're playing the home game, we're at page 2 looking for SWL 48.
Break OTR.
And the break OTR, go ahead, sir.
24, checking in.
All right, 24, we got you checked in. Thanks for standing by. We had a long transmission there, but we were trying to see what was going on in Christmas Tree Lane. I've got you checked in, Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Also, before I get too far, let me jump in and say hello to 23 Skidoo, who is checking in from rainy Santa Cruz, where even the Christmas lights have their slickers and boots on. So it is that kind of, as we said, it's that kind of evening all up and down central and northern California from the coast to the Sierra Nevada. So we're, the East Coast guys are saying, you guys never get any weather. We're finally getting a little bit of weather around here on the West Coast that we can cry about. Let's go to SWL 49. I've got a note to get Brian Sweet Country Mama checked in, and I will do that. SWL 50. He's probably hunkering down in the hills. How is Sanger doing tonight? SWL 51.
SWL 51 checking in, and it's very wet as the whole valley seems to be tonight.
Indeed it is. Good signal tonight. Got you checked in. The Echolink link is up, and I'll try that with this station right now. If I can get my Echolink link to work, we'll see if it's happening here. KB6 GFD, hello, 52. Looking for SWL 52.
Good evening, Dennis, and everyone else on the net. From behind the golden microphone, SWL 52.
All right, that's my turn to press a knob and do something. Say, you are checked in. Hopefully you are not trying to contact OTR on the walkie-talkie, but it works through Echolink. Thanks for joining us, and you are checked in.
Roger, roger.
Thank you, Aaron. Over to SWL 53, Bob.
6USY.
SWL 53.
Go ahead and proxy, Bob.
I will do that. Get my pen and paper here, correct? SWL 54. I'll get a check in for Larry. SWL 55. SWL 56.
Good evening, Dennis and the net. 56, just for kicks.
Yeah, indeed. I'm looking at the map tonight, and I do see the dot one. The dot one is braving the rain out tonight on the map. I'm out there. We didn't. I guess Mike should get his GPS now. You are near Christmas Tree Lane. Do you have where you are? I have some here of those big cedar trees. I actually have one in my yard, but I don't decorate it. Do you have anything like that? You throw some lights up into the tree over there?
Well, I've got one, but I don't have any decoration on it. But my street has quite a few deodoras as you go north.
Yeah, big trees. I saw a picture. It's from 1920. It was Van Ness Avenue, the boulevard there, whatever they called it back in 1920. And they were planting the trees. They were about 3 feet high, 3 to 5 feet high. It was a very cool picture. There was nothing out there but dirt and the trees back in the 1920s. So obviously most of those trees are 100 years old or around that. So might make for some nice antennas. Yeah, it's definitely raining good around here. Thanks for checking in. Over to the list, over to SWL 57, Brown Dog Audio needed to check in early. Lots of things going on where he was at tonight, so I appreciate stopping by and saying hello, radio. And we do have you checked in. If you watch the replay, you will see your check-in number right there. 57 is looking good. Let's go to SWL 58. Shortwave listener 59. Oh, yeah, and you know what? Uncle Hairball is actually here. I have a pre-X in the square. I will darken it up and say that, yes, indeed, Uncle Hairball is here. Well, glad you are live and direct from your appearance over at Old Radio Night. So good to have you. Good to have you here, live and direct. Sometimes those things happen, you know. You have plans, good or bad, and they change. That's a good thing. Glad to have you along on the live stream. Let's go to SWL 60.
Thank you, Dennis. I'd like to wish all the fellas out there happy holidays coming up there for sure. SWL 60 checking in, Dennis.
All right, you are sounding good, sir. Everything is good to go. And did the Bulldogs play today?
No, I don't know. I'll check it right now. I'll get back to you.
Okay, I know they got another bowl. They were at the conference game. They got a bowl game coming up because they won, so that'll be interesting.
GFD, W6KEG.
Okay, we'll look it up right now.
All right, we will do that. I have a check-in coming in. Let's see if we can get this check-in live. Hello, radio from KB6 GFD.
Oh, Dennis, how you doing? A little under the weather and been busy, as you know, but thought I'd get out here at least try to check in on the 2-meter side. So hope all is doing well with you, Dennis, and thank you for the check-in. And by the way, might as well catch 74 too as you're making the big X's in the square. Anyway, thanks, Dennis. KB6 GFD. This is W6KEG.
All right, Will, you're sounding good. Stay well. I know it's not a fit night out for Man, Beast, or SWL, so get in there and get the tea or chicken soup or whatever you're going to do, and I will get you and 74 checked in. Thanks for taking some time out to say hello, radio, KB6 GFD. All right, we got stations from all over checking in tonight, even when they don't feel well. Boy, that is some impressive stuff coming here to the old Tube Radio Network, crawling out of the sick bed. But I like that. I hope people are able to take care of themselves, and we will get you checked in. 60 is in. That was SWL 25 and 74. Oh, also, you know what? Before I continue on here, I want to see. Let me go back to. I may never get to the roll call tonight. I wanted to try the Echo link again because I did see Tyler, SWL 22, listening in. So Tyler, if you're on the Echo link, go ahead and take a transmission here. Say hello, radio, and we're getting a big storm here in Central California. So no doubt, probably nothing like what you guys get up there. Where you are near Anchorage, but take a transmission here on the Echo link over. See if we can get Tyler on the Echo link. Here he goes.
Good evening, Dennis. Hopefully I got the key down here. We got hammered. We got hammered with quite a bit of snow here this past week. We haven't been getting nothing, and then all of a sudden it came all at once. I got easy 2.5 feet in a night, and now it's getting ready to supposedly dump some more on us. So, yeah, what you gonna do? I guess we're getting spoiled by not having the snow. I'd still rather not see it, but it is what it is, and we're used to it, so it's all good. But thanks for running the net tonight, Dennis. Good hearing everybody out there. KL5 Tango Whiskey.
All right, thanks, Tyler. You are sounding good. Anchorage, Alaska, SWL 22 is on our map. Stay warm, and we will catch you next time on the Old Tube Radio Network, KB6GFD. All right, getting some good check-ins tonight here on OTR. And what are they? Oh, they're saying they're saying go ahead and turn. They want to hear the rain. Who wants to hear the rain? All right, let me see if I can do that. I'll turn off. This might not be a good idea, but I'm going to turn off the background. Here, can you hear that? That's the rain. All right, I'll leave the rain background noise on. Get a little ambiance, whatever they call it here, for OTR. Back to the roll call. We do want to get to the radios. SWL 61 checked in early. Let's go over to SWL 62. And that's KD out of North Dakota. Let's go to shortwave listener 63. Got a proxy check-in for Butterbean in North Georgia. What is that? Uncle Herbal says he's been hearing that all week nonstop. John says it sounds like frying bacon. That's why I have the noise gate on, so you don't hear, because you would hear all sorts of noise from the green room, and sometimes Charlie and Chet, they sit there talking to each other while I'm trying to do the net, telling jokes. So we might hear them tonight. I don't know. Let's go to SWL 64 and Craig. Are you out there? Over. And Craig is right there, saying hello, radio, with the X in the square. Thank you, sir. Let's go to SWL 65. Shortwave listener 66. Shortwave listener 67. Michael in New York, SWL 68, 157. I'll have to check. Sometimes he needs an early check-in, and I had a lot of the comments scroll by me. So if you've checked in, Michael, and I didn't see you, I will definitely, I always go check everything before I shore up all the paperwork to make sure people get checked in. Over to SWL 69. Oh, that's Kenny. Kenny, I should check for Kenny too, see if you are in there tonight. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, probably checked in early. I will get an X in the square for Kenny, because even if he doesn't come on the live show, he comes by on the replay and leaves a message. Over to SWL 70. SWL 71. That lets me go over to the other, I don't run my microphonium here, the other keyboard, and see what is going on. Oh, you know what? I think I have to, let me refresh my comments and get the newer comments on here. Let's go to SWL 72. Shortwave listener 73. I've got a proxy check-in for SWL 74, Miss Jilly. And let me go back up to Stan, and my page has refreshed. He's checking in. He's working the 10-meter. See, I have not been by the radio today. Working the 10-meter contest this weekend. Band conditions not as good as a few weeks ago. No, they're bad during the week. Although, like I said, Ron got some check-ins last night on the. Let's see what the DX map is doing here. No, it's completely blank right now. There's nothing going on. No reports of anything happening. So Stan has been working Europe in the morning and the West Coast, including Alaska and Hawaii in the afternoon. Well, good on Alaska and Hawaii. That's good for you guys out there. We hear them a lot, but so I don't know. I'll listen in. I'll have to find out what the contest is and listen for your signal. Not that I would be able to be heard, but you never know. All right, Stan, we've got you. Let me get the official X. If I can get my mouse to work up in the square. Okay, thank you. Let's go to SWL 75. Shortwave listener 77.
Yeah, 77 checking in, and I was glad to see that Wagon Master 390 out of Salt Lake City was able to hear us last night on the Ditch Banks net. That's pretty cool. 73 is all the listeners, and stay safe and dry out there for the rest of the weekend.
Okay, we'll do. I had to turn off the sound in here. The rain is so loud, it's covering everybody up. So, all right, sounding good. Yeah, always. We've got a good crew up on sideband. We got a lot of big stations like the one you just heard, and some other ones up on 38 lower. So if any of you ever, the bands are open, stop by. Say hello to any of the guys and gals on 38 lower sideband, and give them the 10-5. Tell them to say hello to the old Tube Radio Network, or some of the voices you hear. We always appreciate that. It's always good to know we've got a good 11-meter radio fraternity between the East and West Coast and all points in between that will only get better as Cycle 25 does its thing. Let me get rid of this on the screen and go to SWL 78. And what is it? Joe is saying, is that a roll of toilet paper back there? Wait a minute. Hold on. What is he talking about? Oh, you know what? I know what you're talking about. Let's see. That is, no. That's a good question. How do I do this? Because it's over on this side. Everything's backwards. So this roll of toilet paper, do I have my flashlight? That actually is a very nice device, and I wish I could tell you the name of it. Right there. It is it's sort of a coaxial balun. Notice there's coax into it. And that is out of the antenna switch and goes up, and that actually does help with some RF problems and works good on 40 meters. I have it mounted here. You can mount it up near the antenna. And I'm sorry, someone turned me on to that, and I don't have the exact name of what it is and a better description of what it does, but we had to get that out in the open. No, the old Tube Radio Network does not have Charmin back on the back desk. Let's go to SWL 79. And Mr. DC was just moments ago saying that he is there, accounted for, present, and we will put the X in the square. Okay, who is next? SWL 80. Okay, and I have what's going on here? I have something that is supposed to be on my screen, but is not. So let me find that, or it's going to be very difficult to do what I need to do in a few moments. I'll be right back here as I find what it is I need to put on my screen here. You can hear the rain, though. I should just let the sound of the rain happen. Let me see. I'm going to see if X4000 looks like X4000 was on the Echolink link. So I'll give it a shot and see if we can get a report of what's happening up the road a piece, rain-wise, here on OTR. KN6LW, KB6GFD. Go ahead.
Hello, radio, KN6LW. Yes, it is, in fact, raining in the Far East Bay. I have not been out in it for very long. I had to go do some shopping earlier before OTR started. And, yeah, outdoor temperature here, 52 degrees Fahrenheit, I don't hear any rain at this very moment. I can't tell looking out the window because it's dark. But I can probably give you a report momentarily. X4000, over.
All right, sounding good. Just wanted to do that to help me get my items up here that I need. So, all right, it's raining. It's raining up and down. We won't belabor the point, but it's just we are so rain deficient here in California, Central Valley. It's kind of a big event when we're getting the amount of rain we're getting. We're going to get a couple of inches, so hopefully it can soak in where it needs to soak in, go into the reservoirs and wherever it needs, and not do any bad stuff like flooding and things of that nature. All right, thanks for joining us. KP6GFD. All right, it is time now, I do believe, for Bob and Steve to tell us what is going
check
on.
In, and remember the words of Johnny Carson, who said that, sorry, I got a little backup reverb here from the video. The words of Johnny Carson, who said the mudslides are putting out the wildfires. So that's the exchange we have to make here at KN6LW.
All right, well, there's got to be some good with this, so good deal. The Old Tube Radio Network looking for SWL80. Boy, and this just, I did not think that the rain would be that loud. Now when I have the noise gate on, it's only raining when I talk. That's funny. All right, speaking of when I talk, let's see what is going on with Bob and Steve tonight on your Old Tube Radio Network.
27.085 OTR Channel 11.
Episode 145 for December 10th. Bob and Steve having another Christmas cookie bake-off. I get into that because I have a really good chocolate chip recipe. They need 33 dozen cookies. That is a lot of cookies. The ovens here will be working overtime, as we're going to send them out to the veterans, take them to the assisted living and nursing homes. We have a lot of them that we hit here in the Fresno, Clovis area, and we are glad that we were able to help them out. The Jingle Singers and the Boy Scouts took the big white limo to the fire station to decorate the station, put lights on the tree. There is rumors that they will be coming back here to help maybe decorate the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that's going into the control room here for next week. That will be awesome to do. For the next 2 weeks before Christmas, on Tuesday and Thursday nights, we're taking people in both limos around town to see the Christmas lights. Should be kind of fun to take that down Christmas Tree Lane, which they will do. And there's plenty of places around town here, both Fresno and Clovis, that have some really nice light displays. The first group of 60 will be the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and their families going to see the lights. The trip will be for 2 hours from 7 to 9 p.m. And unlike Mike there, they won't have to be standing out in rain with the umbrella unless they actually want to. And Bob and Steve are going to drive. That will be. I may go for that. I tried to drive, but they said I had to take some class and, maneuver through the cones and make sure I didn't knock them over. And I think I failed that miserably. So Bob and Steve will be much better at maneuvering the big limos. So thanks for that. Candy Cane Lane and other attractions like the 333 homes decorated with 33,000 lights. That's a lot of stuff. After that, back to the Green Room Lounge for hot chocolate, eggnog, and Christmas cheer with the Jingle Singers singing, as they often do, some of the songs that we don't get to hear tonight. The neighborhood can sign up on the bulletin board. You know where it is, out there by the elevator. At the bar tonight from Anchorage, Alaska, in honor of Tyler joining us tonight. It was good to have him on. The Humpies family at 610 West 6th. Fresh Alaskan seafood. Maybe I wonder if Tyler knows about that. He may have been there last night. Burgers, smoked salmon spread, and the best Alaskan red king crab in the world. Right here on your Old Tube Radio Network. And remember, do not forget to feed the fish, whatever you do. Thanks, Bob and Steve.
27.085 OTR Channel 11.
Page 4 is where we're at in the directed net roll call, and we're getting a check-in for SWL 81. And over to, if he hasn't floated away, if the dish banks are not mud banks right now, SWL 82.
82. We're high and dry out here. Well, we are getting some rain, and there is water flowing in the ditch banks. Thanks for all the Fresno runoff, and yeah, soaking in quite nicely.
Okay, well, we have a lot of rain, or we need a lot of rain, so hopefully it'll just go where it needs to go. Around here, it's very sandy soil, so I don't get flooding around here. But as you can hear, it is a constant rainfall, and raining pretty good to be heard through the microphonium here. Thank you, Ron. Oh, I will mention that if you are out and about, just try tuning it in. If you are not local to the area, because if you're local, you'll hear it on Friday nights starting at 8 p.m. The Ditch Bank sideband net, channel 36 lower, 27,365. But tune it in, won't you? And like last night, you may be able to hear some things going on. Was it Michigan, Wisconsin? I don't know where it was last night, but Ron's got a really good transmitter receiver. He'll be able to pick you up, say hello radio, and maybe conditions will be such that we can have some chat with you all after the net. So thanks, Ron.
All right, Dennis, and thank you. And last night, Arizona was the winner. We had quite a few check-ins from Arizona and Wisconsin. So there you go. Yep. And have a good one. We'll see you.
Yeah, no, last night, unlike tonight, the DX map was full of hits going on all across the U.S. from just about everywhere, so it was looking good. All right, thanks for checking in. The Old Tube Radio Network. We have real radios coming up shortly. Over to SWL 83, SWL 84. And I heard Jerry on the Jefferson Noontime net on the Tube Swan radio sounding really good, so we'll get Cheerios Kid checked in along with the Mountain Maid Tandy Girl and the Snowy Owl 85, 86, 87, and 88. Over to SWL 89, SWL 90. Got a proxy for 90. Is Felix out there tonight? We will find out. SWL 91. And yes, indeed, right there saying hello, as always, to the shortwave listeners, of which there are many, to the Old Tube Radio operators, of which there are many. There have been many operators throughout the many years here tonight. Get Felix checked in. Thanks for joining us as always. Over to SWL 92. SWL 93. SWL 95. And 95 is in from Orlando. I don't know if you show up as what was there was a Florida station that showed up on the map here a little while ago, but do know you are out near Orlando and sounding and looking good on our net tonight. Thank you, 95. Let's see if Dennis is listening in. He sounded good last night on the Ditch Banks net, SWL 96.
This is SWL 96 checking in. Wishing everybody out there a wonderful holiday, and looking forward to the great nice rain that we're having.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to get the rain. I know you guys are probably getting a good portion of it out there in Kerman. A lot of dark clouds today, blowing through a lot of wind. And now we're getting the rain. No thunder and lightning yet, so that's good. I mean, if we get a big storm, I would have to pull some antennas off or coax off the antenna, but I think we're doing good. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, Dennis.
And you can hear that rain in the background. I can't filter it. I guess I could close the window. I guess I could do that. Maybe I'll have to do that. Coming up, SWL 97. I saw Jim in there somewhere. Yeah, checking in. out there somewhere around Boston, saying thanks to all the, and I say thanks to the faithful old tube radio operators and the check-ins, and he's ready for Harvey, and Harvey does have some, as usual, some radio item of interest for us, but we'll probably have to wait for a while to hear that. But he did promise that he will be in. Man, it is just super pouring out there. Let me turn off the. Yeah, there you go. There's the. I should probably just keep it off because it's annoying to have it come and go. But that's what's going on. So I may need an umbrella coming up. Who knows? Thank you, Jim. Let's go over to where's my map here? I lost it already. Oh, SWL 98. Hello, Tracy. I thought I saw Tracy in there. I'll get Tracy checked in. SWL 99. And that's Randy. And speaking of Arizona, I know when we get that Arizona skip land coming in, we will be able to hear Randy because he's got a big station ready, willing, and able to be pointed this way. Let's go over to SWL 100. That is, I think Tony is in there. Let me jump on the Echo link. We are about ready to fire up the tubes on the air portion of this, and we'll see if how Tony is doing. Boy, Tony, you can hear the rain going on over here. KB6 GFD.
Good evening, Dennis. Please check in SWL 100. Back to net control, KD4 BAO.
All right, thanks, Tony. We are getting you checked in from McClellanville, South Carolina, where it's probably nicer weather than we have here. I'm waiting for the tubes on the air. Coming up shortly. Thanks. KB6 GFD. All right, I'm destroying my microphone here. Getting excited about checking in those radios tonight. SWL 102 out in Arkansas. John is joining us tonight. He said he's not sure if he's all there. I think most of you seems to be there tonight, but he isn't checking in. He says it's good to be out and see all the people checking in tonight and waiting for the tube radios. Thanks, John. Shortwave listener 103. Shortwave listener 109. I'm going to get Crawdad up in Auberry checked in. He was on the Ditchbanks sideband net last night. It was not raining like this, so they probably got the antenna. He's up in the altitude a little bit. And so my guess is they've got the station disconnected up there, as well they should with this. SWL 110. SWL 111. Robert came in earlier, really sounding nice from Reedley. And 23 Skidoo wanting to know if Espresso Trucking Company made it to the studio yet. That is a good question. I don't know how anybody can make it through here. Okay, thank you. They said the big red limo had to go out, rescue them from the puddle. I guess they were standing at the Safeway or something, and they were buying donuts. And they are here, so, okay, yeah. They get dried off. If they get dried off in time, they'll be our seg between the shortwave listeners and the tube radios, if they get dried out in time. Yeah, don't short circuit anything. We need them to come back next week as well. Let's go to shortwave listener 113. SWL 114.
114 checking in.
All right, Wayne, you're sounding good. You might think you are out at Berenda Slough, but no, it's just Fresno and a little bit of water. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you for the check-in.
Let's jump over to shortwave listener 128, and I do believe I saw John checking in earlier from Fairfax, Virginia. Thanks for joining us on the Old Tube Radio Network, as always. I also see SWL 13, Mr. Cobra. If you're watching, I just saw your item pop up on the screen, and we will get you an official check-in. Hopefully there's no leaking going on where you are out there. Let's go to shortwave listener 131 out in Clovis. Mr. Rood was in earlier. We were talking to him. He had my microphone, the amplifier going, doing some work on that. So, John, if you're listening, we got you checked in. Let's see if I can hear through the rain. SWL 133. Hello, Dave.
Good evening, Dennis. 133.
Boy, I hear you well. No problem copying tonight. So stay dry. Keep the garage door closed. We don't want any rain coming into the shack.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So let's get a check-in for SWL 135, Mr. Green Arrow. We got a proxy check-in for 137, 137 Phantom. Got an early check-in for Tony, 145, up in Corscold, I believe. I've got a check-in for 147, Neil, who came by a whole bunch earlier. And I'm probably not going to be able to find... Oh, no, there he is right there. I always manage to find it just in time before it goes away. Checking in from Kakalaki in the house. Lots of conditions today from all over. Very interesting. We didn't quite get that here on the West Coast. Even Nome, Alaska. Well, that's the second Alaska coming in. So Tyler, take note of that. The conditions are good for you guys heading out to the East Coast. Are we getting rain? Yeah, I won't tell you. You can listen. Ridiculous. It doesn't rain in Fresno. It doesn't rain like this for a long time, although it has before. So we'll see who floods around here, but it's nice to have it. And we'll see. I'll take when we're done with the net here, I'll have to go out and see if everything is okay and nothing is floating away. Let's head over to Snow Beast. Hello, Bobby, 188.
Good evening time, Dennis. Good evening time to all SWLs. 188 checking in.
Got you there, 188. You are sounding good. Thanks for jumping into the Old Tube Radio Network.
10-4, good evening time.
Over to, up to Corscold, SWL 195. I know it's not snowing, but doggone it, it's raining down here. What about up there?
Yeah, we're getting quite a bit of that liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine. That is sort of what's going on here. Now, some stations say it sounds like we're frying bacon, so maybe I can just imagine that it's breakfast and we're going to have some pancakes and some good stuff. Anyway, you are sounding good, and we've got you on the list.
Thank you much, Dennis.
All right. Raining on the coast, too. 23 Skidoo saying he's going to change or trade the sled for a jet ski so he can get down the driveway and make it out to the corner market. Let's see if Shockwave is around up in Mariposa, where it's probably raining like a big dog as well. SWL 226. And I will get Jeff checked in because he's probably there on the Facebook page. Anybody else? Anybody that needs to get checked in that I may have missed? Over.
49er.
Hey, you know what? I think we got you proxied, but I'd like to put an X where that proxy is, a big X in the square. Hope you are not getting inundated with too much water, and you are sounding good, and hope you and Sweet Country Mama are doing okay.
Yeah, we are doing very well, and a great big thank you to whoever did that proxy for me. Yeah, we're doing well and staying dry. Just picked up the daughter from work over in Clovis, and boy, the streets are getting flooded in mass. So you're right, it is really coming down. Thank you for the check-in, and we've been gone for a while. Excuse me. So we hope everyone is doing well. Wishing all the best. And for a third time, I think, thank you for the check-in, Dennis. Have a great one.
All right, thanks for stopping by. We're glad you can make it. The other thing that happens when it rains like this is the freeways. We don't have a lot of freeways here, not like LA, San Francisco, Sacramento, but we do have enough where the driving gets a little bit crazy. There's a lot of people out shopping, so hopefully there's no malfeasance and mishaps on the freeways going on. So the best place to be is inside, or maybe under your umbrella with the Midland walkie-talkie on Christmas Tree Lane. I hope Michael hightailed it out of there. He does not want to be outside right now. So I appreciated his input tonight. But the best place to be is inside by your tube radio, staying warm, and we will be checking them in coming up. But before that, I'm gonna need some time to change over to tube radios, and am I getting the high sign that indeed ETC is dry enough to not mess up the amplifiers and get the Christmas tree wet. So I think they will be starting us off with a little bit of holiday Christmas fare. Your old tube radio network back in just a little bit, and we will be checking in the tube radios. Thanks for listening.
It's beginning to sound a lot like DX. Everywhere I go, take a look at the meter bend, rocking it once again at 30 over 9 now, don't you know? It's beginning to sound a lot like DX. Skip around the dial, but the prettiest sight to see will be a linear for me on my own front porch. A pair of match vinyl tubes and a noise of the tubes is the wish of Barney and Ben. Mics that will ring and a rig that will ping is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for sunspots once again. It's beginning to sound a lot like DX. Everywhere I tune, there's a glow in my radio, on standby for the big show, with stacked PDLs pointed at the moon. It's beginning to sound a lot like DX. Soon the fun will start. Christmas greetings will fill your shack. I'll be beaming from my stack right within your heart. A pair of matched vinyl tubes and a noise of the toots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Mics that will ring and a rig that will ping is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for sunspots once again. It's beginning to sound a lot like DX. Soon the fun will start. Christmas greetings will fill your shack. I'll be beaming from my stack right within your heart.
And back in a moment with your tube radios. right. So sorry about the long delay. I had to go out and check to make sure that things weren't floating away here.
Find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
Okay, back in the air chair. Got everything connected, I think. Haven't broken anything, and we will be checking in your tube radios. I was listening to the receiver. It sounds like that noise came back again. That wasn't there last week. We'll see. I'll try to get everybody checked in that needs to get checked in, but we are doing good stuff here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Our pen that goes in the pocket protector, I did remember to do it before we get started here. Jones TV and Appliance, Gibson, Lytton, Sylvania, at 41 South Blanchard, Findlay, Ohio. Findlay, Ohio. Thank you to Jones TV and Appliance. Let's see, do we have the less than stellar close-up camera? Can you see that? Or is it? No, you can't see it. Of course you can't see it. Anyway, Jones TV and Appliance going into the pocket protector tonight. And we will, did I get a list? Yes, so we have an Old Tube Radio list. And now what? Now what? I got to get going with radios. Okay, they say, okay, what is it that you want me to do? Check the list? No. Oh, you have some. Okay. Thank you, Chet. All right. Chet says they have something for me. So, what is this? An early Christmas gift from the staff. All right, what is it? It's an umbrella. All right, we need that tonight. That's kind of nice. That's in the box. Let me see. I don't have time to open it, but I'd like to. How do you open it? Does it have a thing? What if I need to return it? I want to rip the box off. Is this from the Costco card? Yeah. All right. Let me do it. Sorry. Wow, that's just nice. Probably off the Costco card. I got my little umbrella. It's got a tag on it. I'm Umbrella Challenge. It's got a thing on the top. Is this big? Should I open it? That's probably. Oh, it's got a button. Whoa! Look at that. All right. I feel like Mary Poppins. This is nice. The one I have is really horrible. All right. Now I don't know how to close it. It smells funny. All right. Thanks. All right. Thank you to the staff, and I will be able to go out after the program here and clean up after everybody and not get wet. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for the rest of the evening. It is up to you to keep us going. OTR is listening for radio check-ins.
Well, we better turn that one down. Number 60.
Right. Thank you, 60. I wasn't sure if we were going to get anybody in tonight. It's kind of the evening that you just don't want to be doing much of anything. But if the radio is on and it's keeping the place warm and the Old Tube Radio Network is out beaconing, a good thing to do. Give us a transmission over.
Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, you're right about that. Indeed, it's a good idea to turn them all on. Warm up the room there for sure. Dennis, World Radio Labs, my Hustler base.
World Radio Labs on the Hustler base. Let me clear out because we are not doing late check-ins, but what we are doing is the Hustler base. I will find that. I will put it up on the screen so that people can see exactly what it is you've got there. Don't be afraid to get into that microphonium a little bit and take a transmission over.
We appreciate it there, Dennis. Doggone it, what we have here is a little base, a small one, not very big. 7.2. I believe we got about 8 channels, I think. And working very nice. All the hardware's on it, including the mic hanger. So, if you were to hook up this tomorrow, it'd be ready to go. Back to you.
Or hook it up tonight. it would be ready to go. Hustler is the name of the radio from WRL, World Radio Labs, Leo Myerson, and is it Council Bluffs, Iowa, the gang out there making Globe Electronics, their 11-meter offering. One of them, there were many. They had many Globe radios. Rob SWL3, I think, had just about every one on the 11-meter side. As you mentioned, you are not using the supplied microphone that we're showing, the blue microphone, but you've got something in the microphone jack that's been added, and it sounds good. You are spotted on and ready to go. Over.
I appreciate it, Dennis. Doggone it. Yeah, the little blue mic is in a bag, being saved there for a little bit there. If we ever need it there in case of an emergency. Next to the microphone, we've got the original mic. And all our dials are set. Volume is about where we want it. 12, just kind of backwards. In order for me to hear you, I've got to go to the right. If I turn it to the left, it turns the radio off.
Wow, okay, well, off, yeah, okay, I see the off sign. Maybe you've got it upside down. With that radio, it's hard to tell. If you turn it upside down, it looks almost the same, huh?
You know, that could have been the case. It might have been installed when it was upside down there for sure, but yeah. You go to the right on it, and it cuts the receive. And you go all the way to the left there, and you're in good shape. Other than that, we have a crystal in the slot. I'm not sure which one it is, and, well, the light kind of flickers as we go on. I don't know if that's vibration or something, but it flickers away. Now, the channel is set on 3 for channel 11. And the crystal and tone, well, it's set on tone. On tune, on tune. And I have you about 1, almost 2, about 1 3/4 on the tuning. And you're coming in here excellent.
Well, that's good. I always enjoy a radio more when it has a good receiver and picks me up well. With my, what do we say on 11 meters, my Mud Duck station. You are definitely not a Mud Duck tonight on the Citizens Band transceiver Hustler at the microphonium of aforementioned Hustler, and our first radio on the list tonight. Thanks for bringing it by. 8 channels, crystal controlled as they needed to be, with all 23 channels available through the tuning dial, the VFO, right on the front. And the S-meter thrown in because there was some space, and I don't know, maybe I'd have to check the other Globe radio, see if that was something that style of meter was featured on their other radios. Give us another transmission before you go, and thanks for bringing it by here on the Old Tube Radio Network.
Well, my pleasure, Dennis. Like you said, we're a Hustler on the Hustler base. I like that. Doggone it, I appreciate it, and I can smell another one warming up, and I'm looking forward to keying up the other radios as well. Thanks, Dennis.
All right, and thank you. What are we on this? I'm going to go back to the control room and actually, let's see, get an official check-in for, well, it was official before, but I see that Crawdad was indeed what I thought he might have to be with the inclement weather up there is keep the station kind of safe and sound, but he's watching online tonight, so 109, there you are, checked in. Crawdad has been with us a long time. He was checking in. Now, this is not to embarrass him. He was checking in before he could even reach to the radio table. We had to look up to get on the radio table, and now he's got like the bodacious station here in the San Joaquin Valley. Looking for radio number 2. Just want to say hello to some of the other stations since I didn't get a chance to do it. Hello to Crash 360 joining us tonight. You know, you don't have to have a number or be on any pieces of paper to come by and say hello. Radio. Travis is joining us as always on the video side. This is I will mention this is the eighth week of our 8th-week roster, and so we'll be picking a 00 next week, and I will see if we've got some numbers coming up on the SWL list that can be reissued. So if anybody would like to be on there, should be able to do that next week or in the next coming weeks. Hello to Mud Bucket UDX 483. It looks like they're talking about food. Talking about food out there. A lot of people saying, don't open. Why did you open that umbrella indoor? That's supposed to be bad luck. Well, I kind of opened it. I had to make sure. I had to make sure it worked. It's a big umbrella. I do think that somebody mentioned it could be used for some type of antenna. And I think that is indeed the case here. Scrolling through, who else has been joining us tonight on the video side? X4000 looking for us tonight. Hello, Joe D. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jose asked if that was toilet paper. I'll try and find the name of that. It's something I bought off of eBay. Brian saying it's snowing like crazy. Brian V. All right. Well, you must be in that kind of altitude. Definitely not snow here. Although, about every 20 years we get snow here in Fresno. Down on the valley floor, like 300 feet. And we are probably super due for that. 390 Wagon Master, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. 007 Extreme CB. Always glad to have you on board with us. Van Man. He says, any of you guys up north have a snowcat? Are you expecting, Van Man, are you expecting some snow or something? I don't know. All right, let me stop talking, and we'll be listening for Radio 2, but I want to thank everybody who joins us here on OTR. And I don't know if they can hear me back there, but Espresso Trucking Company, kind of monitor them on the eggnog. I know it shouldn't be a problem, but just keep an eye on those guys.
Why don't we give this one a try?
I am ready to do that. At what was the time? About 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. So take a transmission and I'll check the Rolodex, see what we got.
Thank you much, there, Dennis. I'm on my Johnson, my Blackface Johnson, T00. Back at you.
All right, I will find that. I don't think anything has gotten soggy yet here. It sounds like it is whatever that little storm cloud that we had pass by has gone away, and I don't hear the rain coming through as much as it was. Take a transmission on the Johnson Messenger 2, and what microphonium do you have on that? Over.
Well, doggone it, I forgot to mention on World Radio Lab's Hustler base, I was on a +3, a Turner +3. Doggone it, this is a D104 powered D104 desk mic. And Dennis, I believe we have 10 tubes in this one, and I'm not sure. I think 10 stations. I've got to write this down. Yeah, we got the winky blinky light blinking at us, so I know we're doing a little bit of transmitting.
Yeah, the winky light will show some modulation. Always a good thing. Audio is good. You're full quieting signal, so you key up, you can hear my noise level go away. Always nice to get full quieting stations in tonight. The Johnson Messenger, not TWO, Tango Whiskey Oscar, pretty much from when that came out, the early 60s, and I don't know, I think they sold them probably up through the late 60s as well. even though when the 223 came out, I don't know if you could get the two simultaneously or not. I think it sort of replaced that, but my guess is they were still around for mobile use, although E.F. Johnson was one of the was quick in the late 60s to start making solid-state radios to put in the mobile. But we're glad this one is tube. It always sounds good. Lots of modifications for it. You can't go wrong, especially with that D104 microphone. Over.
Well, we're happy to hear that. We're happy to hear that. Doggone it. We did do a little fine-tuning, got you in there good. And according to the, I guess, selector, we are on C to be on C, channel C to be on 11. And then the rest of the channels are, well, they're a little bit from me there to give them to you, though. But other than that, yeah, I think everything on this end is glowing. I don't know about that end.
Well, I do have some glowing things, or things that are supposed to be glowing that are glowing. And there's a lot of lights. Doing this video thing, so they have lights pointed at me. All right, I've got a picture. It says E.F. Johnson. Do I have it up? It says rear view. There it is. So why do we have a rear view, and what is it showing us? There's a plug, a power plug, and a coax. Okay, yeah, there's some type of an octal plug. That's probably for some accessories. I think they had a tone call unit, some things like that. So my guess is that plug has to be in there unless you jumper the thing. So you don't have to look in the back of yours, but I'm thinking that it's got this plug in what looks like a tube socket in the back that's probably shorting out some pins that need to be shorted out unless you have the external equipment that goes with it. Over.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we got to check that out one of these days. Will this one go DC also?
The models will go DC, but I think you actually had to buy the unit number. You had to specify whether it was a DC radio or an AC radio. Obviously, the AC could go DC if you were running it through a power, DC to DC inverter, AC to DC inverter. But I think this plug in the back is probably just shorting out some pins or whatever, that if you had an external device as tone call, you would be plugging it into that. Sometimes you can, if you don't like the thing sticking out, you can go in and wire them up externally or internally if you knew you weren't going to be putting any accessories onto it. But I just saw that. I just didn't know we had a picture of that, so I'm thinking that could be. And I wouldn't worry if you don't have it. Your radio's working just fine, so don't worry about it if it's not there, I suppose. Over.
Information.
All right, let's take the information. Go ahead, Harvey. Over.
The plug that goes in there usually came with a cap. Has 3 capacitors in it to do the shorting, and if you don't have that plug, you don't have the alert thing, then the radio doesn't work. But most of them came with that plug in the back.
All right, and that's what I was thinking. Is when he gets a chance, he can check just to make sure the plug is there, but to know that it's an important thing. I mean, some people might think, I want to push this in a shelf, and when I push the radio against the shelf, that plug's in the way. Let me just take it out. It doesn't look like it's a tube, so what could it be doing? But like you said, it is definitely performing some function. So, yeah, if it's got the plug, leave it in, and you're good to go. Back to you, Joe. Over.
Yeah, okay. I put my hand back there, and I did feel that partial plug-in job. I didn't realize that was that beneficiary to the radio. Appreciate that, Harvey. But we'll leave the tweaking, cutting, and screwing down, and whatever else to you, Harvey. We're chicken on this end. Let's just put it that way. We don't turn anything unless it needs to be turned, and if it's not, well, it doesn't get turned. Okay, Dennis, I appreciate it, and that info too on that so-called part. Yeah, I appreciate the info, and we'll get off of this one here and get on to another one.
All right. Glad you could do that. Glad you can check in with us. Radio number 2, the E.F. Johnson Messenger TWO. Let's see. I see Larry checked in. SWL 40. I think I missed you before. I figured you might have been bailing water out of the basement, but I see he was in, so we got you. You checked in. I also want to say hello to 421 Central Iowa. Luke saying hello, radio. In Zero Land, Alpha Kilowatt Zero Zulu from Iowa, joining us earlier in the net tonight. Thanks for stopping by, just going by and seeing who's what do they say? Waving a hand, right? Rusty Rails from Shanton, Arkansas, Prattsville, Arkansas, saying hello, radio on the Old Tube Radio Network tonight. So glad that you could all join us. We are looking for radio number 3, and the Jingle Singers would like to say this about that.
How do you do? Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you. Wherever you are, the friendliest station for you by far is known to all and
OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network.
the station for you is
OTR.
Listening for radio number 3. Yeah, my noise level's up to S7, looks like. Started out with S5, I think, when all of this came about. Let me see. Let's go over and go to the list. Who's got some cool radios this week? Who's been out working? Oh, okay, here's something, and this is from Johnny Halloran with his, let's see if this will pop up here, on his collection of Siltronics. Nice shack, Johnny. Now, there's a 1011D. We haven't heard one of these in a while. Our local guy is SWL 56 for the Siltronics radios. Definitely a good collection. There's another Comanche 1011D. I think a lot of people say the Comanche is probably their favorite. It's the last one, so maybe they worked all the bugs, if there were any, out of it. And they did pretty good. That is a Siltronics 1011C. So he's got the whole line. Those radios are great on sideband. They are very tricky. Let me stop making you seasick, moving the picture around. But they're very tricky on AM. It's an art to get this Siltronics on AM to make it sound good, to get the right carrier insertion. But no doubt John can do that just fine. The Old Tube Radio Network is standing by listening for Radio 3.
Sounds like everybody's got their antenna cable stuck in a glass jar.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard about sticking the thing in a glass jar. That seems like that's something that you wouldn't want to do, but I don't know.
Yeah, Cliff tells me he does that.
I don't know. If the lightning strikes, what happens to that glass jar? The smell of 12AX. I got a couple of 12AX7s up in the rack on the Art Pro VLA and the Pro MLA, so I'm not smelling. Boy, it's nice. I'm going to turn the noise gate off. There's just noise. No more rain. So that's a good thing. Anyway, Harvey, you mentioned earlier that you had some. Do you have a new radio for us tonight?
Well, it's not new. It's an old radio. Anyway, I'm still getting a lot of wind over by me, and I've got these trees in the backyard. They're going crazy. And the back of my bench is up against the big window in this room. and the curtains are open, and what the heck is that? There's some weird lights going on out there. I don't know what it is. Let me take a look here. It's getting a little closer. I don't know what it is, but it's getting closer. Oh no! Oh no!
It's the Q-Bird, and you know, I forgot that you can actually talk over or through or around the Q-Bird. It has been a while since one of those has made its way into the Old Tube Radio Network. Over.
Hey, Roger, they missed me. You guys are lousy shots.
And that sound right there is a reason why I think in 1962 the FCC said, you know what, we need to do something sooner than later for built-in tone calls to radios, especially ones that have. Does that have a lock-to-talk switch, or do you have to hold the switch down?
It's spring-loaded. You got to hold it down. Hey, I got something else here. Talk for about 1 minute. I got to run out and get it.
All right. Well, I don't think anybody wants to hear me talk for 1 minute. No, they hear me talk for a little. Let's go to the Jingle Singers one more time. Also, I've got another radio to feature. This is Jimmy Colburn, who has some real good collections. And let me see where we're at here. That is the Messenger 223 from Jimmy's collection. Looking pretty good. And that reminds me that I need to reach back and turn on the Control Room 223. And there's probably a 12AX7 in there that will warm up and make, hopefully, the good tube smell. Hey, 60, take a transmission, over.
I'm back. Okay, you want to go, Harvey?
Yeah, you know what? I just realized I wrote Harvey down, so in order of to keep me from having to draw little arrows. Thanks, Joe, for standing by. Harvey, go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if they're coming after me again, but there they are. There they are.
I don't know what
That's my phaser. I got him.
All right, I know what the first one is. I don't know what the other one is. So I forgot. You can actually, when the Q-Bird is on, the microphone circuit is engaged, because you can talk right through that.
Oh yeah, Roger. Yeah, I got him with my phaser. And then if that doesn't work, I can get him with my photon torpedoes, I guess.
You know, this is starting to sound a lot like CB radio with all the noises here.
Oh, heaven forbid. Okay. Anyway, this is my General Radio Telephone Super. Not super! Well, tonight, because I fought off the aliens. My MC5 with the tone alert, or tone signal. It's got the stock mic. By that I mean the very heavy metal waffle mic, and the tag is on the front that says General Radio Telephone Company, Burbank, California, made in USA.
Beautiful downtown Burbank. Got the picture up on the video over at oldtuberadio.net. The tone signal, that switch, that slide switch below the S meter, you depress that down, and that creates the tone signal. It was a call signal. Okay, where did my audio go here? I gotta do something if I find the right control. Roll. All right, sorry about that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had a bad audio control here. And that was built into the radio. In successive radios, the MC6 and 7, the FCC did not allow them to put that built into the radio. It had to be a separate box, and then I don't think anybody else was allowed to build in a call item into the radio. It had to be a separate unit. And I'm sure it's because, and those of us remember, that could be used and was used, unfortunately, as more of a jamming tool than a tone signal. But it is cool. And the General Radio Telephone's the only one that had that. We used to call it Tweety Bird or a Q Bird. Its official name is the tone signal. Back to you.
Roger. Oh yeah, I like this thing. Also, one unique thing about the mic, the 1/4-inch jack is a little less than a 1/4-inch jack. It's the old style aircraft plug-in jack. Early aircraft, I think private craft, but I'm not absolutely sure about this, had the microphone jack and a separate earphone jack, headphone jack. The headphone jack was 1/4-inch, and at the beginning, so was the mic jack. And people would plug things in backwards, plug it in the wrong hole. So they made the mic slightly smaller. I believe the numerical number of this 1/4-inch or smaller jack is a PS or PL-68.
Well, was it still an official, what I call a 1/4-inch jack, or was it what do they call it, TRS? Not TRS, but it was more like a phone company style plug, right?
Well, it kind of looked like a scrunched up 1/4-inch jack.
Okay, so it was special. It wasn't, like you said, you couldn't make the mistake. And I'm assuming that if it does have an external speaker or something, it's on the back side, which I don't have. I don't think I have a backside picture. I don't know. It sounds like my audio's. All right, look, it sounds like my audio is failing here, but hopefully it's not. Interesting to know. You're getting some good audio reports. Thumbs up from Dwayne. Ido says, let Harvey know that thing sounds really good. And it does. I have to give you an S-meter reading report, but it's good for that. And you say you're using the hand mic, right?
Roger. Thank you, Dwayne. You can't have it. Anyway, yeah, the hand mic, the waffle mic. It looks like a waffle. And it's the original one that came with it, the mic cord, the mic plug. Now I'm going to spin it so I can read it. It says NAF number 212938-1. That's what's on the plug. But similar plugs do not say that. I'm going to look it up, see what the NAF stands for, other than something Air Force, but maybe. But I think it was PL or PS-68, I think. I've got a drawer full of those plugs. Now, you can get them in the 1/4-inch jack or plug. They'll wobble around, but if you watch it, they'll work. But you can't get the 1/4-inch one in this because the hole's too small.
Okay, well, so they're talking about progressive technical advances on the MC5. They also, on the little ad I'm putting up here, you can write for schematic and complete technical manual. Does anybody do that today? Does Cobra, when you have to say, hey, yeah, you want the technical manual and the schematic, just write to us, we'll give it to you? I don't think so. The world's most advanced 11-meter two-way radio, 3.25 watts minimum output. See, they were They were trying to appease the FCC because there was, 5 watt DC input, 4 watt outputs. They were trying to make sure that they're, being legal, but letting you know that you got a big 3 3.25 watts. High level modulation transformer for unparalleled talk power. Let's see what else. Boy, there's something going amiss in my internet audio here, but I will keep trooping along. New Zener diode shunt noise clamp and series gated limiter circuit for the highest noise limiting ever achieved. Have you, on your Zener diode shunt noise clamp, have you checked that?
No, why? What should I look for?
I don't know. It might be something that, you would check to see, oh yeah, that Zener diode noise shunt clamp and series gated limiter circuit is working so I can get my highest noise limiting ever achieved. New ultra low drift oscillators for unsurpassed stability, new high level tone signal, there it is, the high level tone signal, and that's new. So was this the only unit? Was the MC5 the only one that the tone signal was in? I thought they had it on one of the VS series or the MC4, but I could be wrong here.
Paul would know. Paul has an MC4, and he would know. I believe the tone signal was only on the 5.
Yeah, I can bring up a 15 watt construction. What do they mean by that? Probably because if it was accessible for Civil Air Patrol or something, that it could do that? I don't know. The 15 watt construction. Net price including microphone and crystal is $199.95. That's actually a pretty good deal back then compared to other places. Optional accessories available. 6 or 12 volt cord. So depending on the cord plugged into your car, each $4.95. Crystal's transmitter received $2.95. 90-day warranty from Burbank, Department 3501. That's such a deal. Over.
Oh yeah, this radio is the deal. Both meter light bulbs work. Original meter. The VFO light works. Squelch works. Everything works. A local distance switch is a little dirty. I gotta spray it. The final is the 6EM5. It's a smaller final. Won't do what the other radios after it will do, but it still puts out pretty well.
Puts out well and looks good. All right, you are radio number 3. I know Joe's got a radio that he wants to kick in. I apologize for my audio. I don't know if it's over the air that way or the internet that way, but man, it is. Let's see. Let me see if I can bump it up just a little bit. And it sounds bad as well. So I've got a bad cable, or maybe my 12AX7 is going bad here or something like that. But let me go back to the right photo. Harvey, you're sounding good. Anything else before we jump over to Joe? Over.
Oh, there's one still moving. Took 2 shots, but I got him.
Okay, that's good because I really don't want them coming over here. The only thing I have to fight them off with is my new umbrella, which might work pretty good. All right, thanks for that. Are we going? No, we're not going to go to the Jingle Singers yet. I want to pick up Joe, who is patiently waiting. Over.
Thank you much, Dennis. Yeah, I enjoyed that radio there, Harvey has, and that waffle mic. Yeah, interesting. Dennis, I'm on my Robin T123B, the pretty green radio, and doggone it. Other than the fact that it's been modified, I guess you could call it a toy now. That's what I say when you add something to your engine, like a 2 carburetors instead of 1. This one, Dennis, has 10 extra channels in it. 11 tubes, 23 channels plus. Back to you.
Extra stuff, courtesy of I don't know, somebody got in there and definitely seem like they know what they're doing because you're on frequency. You've got the switches flipped correctly because I can hear you. The Robin T123B, one of the second generation Panasonic chassis, shared by many. And the Robin was their sort of premier. Let's put all the knobs and dials out front and make it work. And it's doing a good job. Back to you.
Well, we appreciate that, Dennis. Doggone it. We don't want to take anything from the radio. So we are on the original Robin T123, it says in the back of the microphone. A little pear-shaped microphone, very small. In fact, you gotta have all your fingers on it. You don't want to lose grip of it. But other than that, our modulation light is glowing, and I think it's bright enough. And we have an external speaker light. That's what I like. And then, we have a light for our PA system, and it does stay engaged. You don't have to hold it down. When you're done with it, you knock it off the switch there. We have right now the squelch pulled out, the pull button. We have it out. You sound great on with it being out, and of course fine tune and RF gain. Well, we got her wide open. We're not gonna cheat ourselves out of a receipt.
Yeah, the RF gain sort of helps out if it's really noisy. That's sort of what I do for the SWLs. I'll bring my RF gain up a little bit to keep the noise level down, just so you don't have to, if you're watching the program here, you don't have to listen to too much static. So it's a nice to have. I don't know why more radios did not have an RF gain. I mean, to get them, you had to go into expensive radios like the Trams and the Brownings for some reason, but of course they have put it in this one as well, so a nice thing to have. I wonder the little microphone doing a good job. I wonder if you used that waffle mic from the General Radio Telephone. The General Radio Telephones on the stock microphones always sound really good, so it might be an impedance thing. You just never know. Radio number 4, you are with the Robin T123B, sounding good with its, I believe, 11 tube complement. As always, over to you for transmission, and thanks for bringing it by. Over.
We appreciate that, Dennis. Doggone it. As much as what's going on here in the front is also going on in the back, because it has a meter adjustment, and it also has your a wattage adjustment, in case you want to play with that. On using the microphones, hooking up the jack in the back works fine. Okay, Dennis, thank you, and that'll put us down for till next Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, radio. As always, enjoy it. Let's see. I think Harvey may have another. Who's somebody just popped in there? Eric D. Popcorn 913. Thanks for joining us here in the Ultra Radio Network. Joining us late. Missed the big rainstorm and the frying bacon sounds here at the control room. The Jingle Singers do want to stop by now, so we'll do that, and then we'll be listening for radios here on the Old Tube Radio Network.
What are the magic numbers?
27.085 megahertz, channel 11.
Are the magic letters?
OTR.
Right here in
Fresno, California.
Radio Magic.
Old Tube Radio.
For you.
Listening for radio number 5. And it's close to that time, so be counting and amounting soon.
Oh, what happened?
We are still here. Over.
Okay. The Golden Beagle, R68T68 by Browning Laboratories,
100% American radio.
That always sounds like. Could that radio ever sound bad? I don't think it's possible.
Well, it could if I don't watch out.
All right, we will put it in as radio number. What radio are you? My mind just is getting worse by the minute. Radio number 5, over. Do I sound okay over the air?
You did. Is Joe still there?
It's probably just a whatever the internet link is. I'll have to chase the path on that. He said he was. He might still be listening. He said he was the signing off because he just did his last radio for the evening. Over.
Okay. How did the Robin sound to you?
It sounded okay. I think he said he was on the regular stock microphone, so obviously it wasn't, 101% modulation.
Okay, on the general, you sound good on pretty much any radio that I have, but he wasn't the usual Joe, so I tried to hurry up and get this one and couldn't get to it quick enough. So that's why I was asking if he was still there on that radio.
Yeah, I think, and I'd have to look at the replay, I guess. I think he was on the very small hand microphonium, so maybe he just was used to not talking loud or something.
Okay, well, doesn't matter. I heard him okay overall. Alrighty. The Golden Beagle by Browning Laboratories, custom D104, and I think the Bagel's just gonna have to pass for next week.
All right, good deal. We did okay. I think a lot of people are hiding from the rain. I'm gonna go outside and see what's going on here, but we are good. All right, all the Jingle Singers coming back. We'll do some counting and mounting. If anybody wants to jump in with the radio, not a problem. We will pick it up. Looks like I got some technical stuff to do to see what happened to my audio on the internet stream side, but it's working okay over the air. Your old tube radio network, real radio's glowing in the dark, and if you need to check in, we can get you before we jump out of here.
You're tuned to
OTR. Channel 11,
right here in
Fresno, California.
Stay with us.
Old Tube Radio.
And be modern.
All right, back to the control room here. And who is it? Eric? Somebody said the microphone sounds like it's off frequency. That's a good way to put it. So what I've got probably is a bad connection on either some part of the audio board on the feed out to the internet stream, or I'm going to have to unplug and plug in. Hello. All right. Plug-in connectors. Oh, it got worse, didn't it? I may have found hello. I may have found the right button. You never know. Some of the little push-in switches, when they're pushed in for a long, long time, like to go bad. And I may have found it. It's a notorious switch. Let me try it again here. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a notorious switch called the low-frequency roll-off. So that might have helped a little bit on my feed out to the board. So let me turn that down so it's not obnoxious. And we will continue. All right, yeah, I think that was it too. I'll go through and I got to work all the controls. That's so you buy the Behringer is sort of a German engineering built in China, and sometimes these things happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the current OTR totals.
This will be the current and final totals, and they're saying, "Oh, brother, hold up. Okay, hold up the Christmas tree. It is here. I have it off the side. So we'll see if we can't find a way to. It's a cute little tree. Is it real? No, it smells dusty. Where's this bin? In the closet? Don't tell me this is another Costco card. Okay, we'll find a way. We'll find a way to put that. Now it's falling over. See, I told you not to do that. It's falling off the table. Wow. All right. I didn't want to break the. It's got some nice Christmas bulbs in there. I don't want them to break. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm supposed to sign out here. We had 18 check-ins on page 1, 18 on page 2, 18 on page 3, and 27 on page 4, for a total of 81 tonight. I want to thank Mike, SWL47, for standing out in there. I'm going to listen to that replay. That's class. You can hear the rain on the umbrella as he is in the middle of Christmas Tree Lane with the umbrella like Mary Poppins. And plus he's got that Midland walkie-talkie. That is a huge antenna on that. And he's got to make sure it doesn't get into the trees. All right, now they want to say, hold up the umbrella. All right, and thank you. Thank you for my umbrella gift. Whoa, all right, now, it's got a button. If you press the button, it comes apart. I don't know what that thing is. What is that? Is this like do not remove under penalty of law? Thanks for that. That's cool. I'll go outside and try it. It probably won't rain now. Now that I got my umbrella, it isn't going to rain. Radios tonight, we had 5. The most heard radio, I think it was a 5-way tie. When you only have 5 radios, that's easy to do. Started out with the Hustler from World Radio Labs, then followed by the E.F. Johnson Messenger TWO. Thanks, Joe. Joe, if it wasn't for you tonight. Then we had Harvey, Joe and Harvey, the General Radio Telephone MC5 from late 1962. General Radio's Telephone spent a lot of money advertising that radio. If you look at some of the, was it S9 magazines or CB radio magazines, they took out big full-page ads in those magazines for that radio. They were really, really proud of that radio. For 1962-63. Radio number 4, the Robin T123B. We'll find, Harvey, if you're listening, we'll find the mystery out on that. I think he just had the stock microphone. It wasn't really shouting into it. And then Radio 5, the Browning Golden Eagle, the Browning Lavatories Golden Beagle, the R68, T68, the one after the R23S, R27, S23, and before the Mark II. All right, well, that's all I have tonight. I'm going to go check some things. We had the big rainstorm. There's more tomorrow, and there's more the day after tomorrow, which is good. We need the rain, so that's what you want. It's been one of those long days, I think. So I will take a much needed respite after the net here, but we are still doing it. The Old Tube Radio Network, Real Radio's Glowing in the Dark. Thanks for your participation. We will join you next week, which is the 17th. I think we will be doing this on the 24th. I don't know for sure exactly. But if we are here, we hope you'll be able to jump out of whatever we're doing, at least for a minute or two on Christmas Eve, And as they say on 11 meter radio, wave a hand. 73 to everybody. The Old Tube Radio Network is we used to say over, off, and clear. I remember that was something we used to say. Oh, Eric wants to know what frequency is the sideband, Ditch Bank's sideband then. Friday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and go to 38 lower sideband. So it's 27,365. And all those people who are under the weather, eat your apples and get your chicken soup and get well. This is the time of year that it's easy to get colds and flu and other things. So keep well.
Thank you, Dennis, for tonight. And the raindrops do sound good. Catch you next Saturday.
Yeah, as long as they don't keep falling on my head, I guess.
You've got that umbrella. As long as it doesn't push out and fly away when you hit the button there. No, nothing on Fresno State. Their last game, I think, was Boise. That was on December 3rd. But nothing about this game that I thought they were going to play today.
Information.
All right, we'll go to the information frequency. I know they should have another bowl game, but it's not here in Fresno. So, and if I said Pacific Daylight Time on the Ditch Bank sideband net, thank you X4000 is Pacific Pacific Standard Time, which would be 8 o'clock wherever you might be. Go ahead, Harvey. Over.
They play Washington State down at SoFi Stadium in LA on the 17th, next Saturday.
Okay, so we'll probably have some reports because I'm assuming that the game might actually be done by the time we go to air here on the net.
I'm not sure when it starts.
Thanks a lot, Harvey, for that. We'll be watching it.
All right, to catch you all next week, and hopefully we'll have a little bit better weather. We'll get some more people on the air. 73. Good night, everyone.
Hey, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Do you have another mic for that radio?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a Turner, I'm sorry, a D104.
Put that on.
I can't do that right now. I can't do that. I could try it.
Okay. Try it whenever you can with somebody. Try both mics.
Yeah, I forget, because I got a new head for the D104. I got the new element for it. But I don't think the mic, I've got to check and see because the cords are in the back. I have them hanging on the back side. I have to check to see if they have the cord, the plug into it. But we'll get that one going.
Okay, the radio you're on right now is the Robin, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, try another mic on it, see what people say.
Okay, we'll do that. All righty, and we'll put this one on the side. This is the original mic. We'll put it on the side. Okay, Harvey.
Is Basic Denny still out there?
Cabo San Lucas y no se llama Atlántico.